Good morning, everyone. And if I sound a little bit tired, it's because I'm trying to record this video a little bit later than usual. Very, very early in the morning before I go to work. Oh, this is probably going to be a problem, but yeah. Anyway, previous episode, I did a bit of a derp, and I forgot that now that we have access to salvage niobium, I almost said niobium, neonite, it means that I can create those disposable drones that I was so eagerly talking about. And so I don't actually need to do the thing where, I have to delete one of these ships. One of the things I really quickly want to note is kind of answering a question made by Wiry, or Yuri, or something similar. I'm very sorry, I don't know how to pronounce your name, but it went like this, the comment I meant. I'm having a lot of fun watching these episodes. Thank you. At the start of episode 1, you mentioned using those small plates for being your theme, as mentioned in the previous series. I'm watching the episodes of your series right now, but I'm not quite up to the point where you start using those plates yet. Let me try to explain. So, for example, this would be the skirt stake. And this is not how the skirt stake looked when it just came out of the shipyard. So let me hide specific blocks. And I'm going to hide armor. Boom. So this, sorry, not hide armor, but show armor. These are all the parts that I added. These are the thin plates. You can see they are actually very, very thin in comparison to the usual smallest size block. So for example, this is a default block. If I change its height to the minimum, this is the minimum I can get with the default settings. Obviously, if I decrease the scale step, then I can make it even smaller. And that was the whole point of these armor blocks. So that's it. That's the idea. Anyway, today I'm going to be finally getting a chance to create those mining drones, but the problem here is that if we want to actually get to a place where there's some sort of, other contacts, where there's some sort of civilization, we're going to need to slowly kind of expand towards this place. I don't think that there's any benefit of just jumping into Neonite by bringing all of my ships through the wormhole, since in this case over here, our closest capital system is way back here, which is, I would say, a little bit, too far back. I don't want to go back. I want to I want to stay inside Neonite. So instead, I'm also not going to go here, because this is the same problem. If we go here, the closest capital planet is over here. And by capital, I mean friendly capital. These guys are not really the best reputation with us. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to take this chance to explore a little bit. So I'm going to be grabbing Spazzy's hotel, and I'm going to do the do. So we just found our newest neighbor. It is the Ayusk. And it seems that I've stumbled upon Ayusk's salvaging thing, which is interesting. I'm going to actually tell my ship to come over here. So hopefully he's just not going to start out automatically salvaging anything. But from here, I can actually start moving around a little bit. And the first place I'm going to go is north-northwest. Actually, no. That sounds terrible. How about I go to south-southwest instead? I could buy a salvaging license and just let Spazzy's hotel loose in the system for an hour. Let's keep that in the idea bucket. I just noticed, but there is another system nearby. The Teufzods, who are at good standing with me. So let's take a small look at this. So yeah, they are actually at a better standing with me than these guys. Okay. Also, I think we are far enough from the starting location that if I find a place somewhere here which qualifies for that base location, I'm totally going to mark this place somewhere as our Freeport building spot. Hello. What is your home sector? Oh. That is literally the place where we had to go. Huh. Well, looks like the galaxy actually is a little bit smaller than expected. But that's good. I have a 2.5 million credits burning a hole in my pocket, and I kind of feel like grabbing my guys some sort of mining turrets. So that'd be nice. You know what? Before I forget, there's a certain item in my cargo hold that I really need to just... This thing. The thing with the energy second increase that is just... stupid. Just get out of here. Much better. Suddenly I don't have to worry about accidentally placing that thing on one of my mining ships. So take a small look here, guys. This is one of the newest additions to the game. It's called the Neonite, for example, are salvaging turrets. So what this does is that instead of providing us with just straight up Neonite when we're salvaging something, this gives a much higher efficiency rating. So if we take a look at here, Neonite salvaging turret, you will notice that its efficiency is only 12.7%. This thing is almost 50%. The only caveat is that my ship would require some sort of cargo space for me to put my, you know, salvaged Neonite in. But I think that this is actually pretty good. Well, hey, that's pretty good. So this, if I have this, it's actually worth salvaging ships that, or other ship parts that aren't just exclusively regular components, so I am very much tempted to grab this, and by this I mean all of this. So here's an interesting little moment. I'm actually tempted to grab my first dispensable drone in this sector somewhere. And I think that is exactly what I'm going to do. I don't know how many of these I can actually create right now. So with that in mind, drone 1, single block, but a crew and captain. And I'll show you what I mean by a tiny dispensable drone in just a second. So as usual, I can actually use the turret base for the creation of the ship. So yeah, what I was saying, I need a disposable small drone for the purposes of mining. I actually did mean small. So this is mining, this is drone 1, and yeah, that is just exactly what it is, so... It's just a turret that just happens to be mobile, and with a captain in it. Like, it is, in fact, as big as a fighter. I might actually attach a second turret to it. It's actually taking up 2 slots. Huh, okay. That's, concerning. Oh shit. This is the part where you leave. Actually, this is a very good chance to test out those salvaging turrets, if anything else. So right now we have a total of 0 cargo.
And no, we don't.
This is perfectly adequate. Okay, I'm not exactly sure what are you trying to do, but it's taking you a very long time to do, so let me just, Okay, I just salvaged everything I can, so... Let's actually get this refined. So if we go to the cargo hold, you'll notice that I have quite a little bit of scrap titanium and scrap iron. And that's for only, like, 3 ships. So this is actually a feasible way to get the moonies. If I remember correctly, refining resources isn't exactly free, but it's cheap enough that as long as you do it in bulk, you can actually do the big profits. Hello, yes, I would like to dock. Neat. And while we are here, let's actually sell that for profit. Is this it? Holy hell, guys. We have found it. This is the spot. This is the kind of system that I was talking about. So this system only has gates. This is the perfect Freeport location, because this is where people will want to stop along the way between the 2 sectors, or rather 2 territories, 2 nations, whatever you want to call it, and this is where we're going to stake our claim, so to speak. This is going to be where we build our base. And I think that once those aliens hit, this is going to be a good enough place for me to stop today's episode. Now, the only thing is that this is a little bit too close to the center of the galaxy. It's much closer than I would have ideally wanted it to be. Because I really don't think that iron ships will be able to be too big of a match against, you know, actual ships. But there you go. We got ourselves a place, boys. Also, the signals are getting stronger. Now, am I actually going to... Actually, no, I don't have to wait, do I? I can just switch the drone here, and it'll spawn them here. And by that time, my my salvaging ship is going to be here. I guess let me just pretty much... Actually, it's a drone, I don't care. That's the whole point, right? Right, guys? It's the whole point of having a drone, where you don't need to care. Oh no, a small group of etc, etc. I can feel the thirst. Can you please stop? And we have pirates attacking here as well. Alright, gents and gentettes, and that is going to be pretty much it for this video. We've done quite a few things today, right before I have to go to work, and yet not. So we found the place where we want to build our little Freeport over here. Now I just need to move the whole fleet there and kind of improve on it along the way, which is probably not going to be as easy as it sounds. Also, I'll probably need to go back to the previous places and mine out more iron, because we will need a lot of it if we want to bring our combat ships up to the current level of, you know, damage soaking, considering what kind of amount of Omicrons these guys are dishing out. So yeah, thanks for joining me, and I'll see you in the next episode.